Just a couple of words to talk parochially about radiation therapy. The idea of personalized therapy has been much talked about over the past half decade to decade with the advent of targeted therapy for cancer. It turns out that radiation therapy has been a targeted therapy for the past, say, 100 years. The obvious way that we target therapy and personalize it is geographically. We're able to target our radiation beam and shape it according to where tumors are and what they're shaped like. We're also able to give the radiation in ways that are specific to the biology of that particular cancer, as well as the site within the body that cancer is located in. It's called fractionation. There's also different types of radiation that we can deliver, and if anyone gets the New York Times, you can find out that some of those techniques are more expensive than others, and I will not talk further. That's a different conversation for a different time. But taking a step back and looking at how to make radiation therapy more effective in this era of molecularly driven, rational, targeted, personalized therapy, we need to think about what radiation does. Radiation was described by my mentor in radiation biology when I was a young pup in training as the great deliverable. It is something that affects both the tumor cell compartment as well as the supporting stromal compartment equally. And the ability to be able to discriminate what radiation does to both of those compartments can help us to understand who should receive radiation and how, and whether it will be effective, and what agents we should possibly try in combination with radiation treatment to make it work better. There are also other considerations to take in mind. One is predicting in whom and when and how to get response with radiation treatment, as well as detection of where disease actually is, as well as high-risk components of tumors, because it's a pleiotropic disease, even within the same individual. So it all comes down to the real estate theory of cancer: location, location, location. And I echo my surgical colleagues with regards to this. This is why I make this. This is my one slide in which I'm actually trying to sell something, and it's the idea of the importance of imaging, and that it is potentially a one-stop shopping tool for us to be able to use throughout the entire continuum of drug development, in the preclinical environment as well as in the post-preclinical or clinical environment, an ability to be able to leverage expertise and technology which already exists. Speaking, again, parochially, radiation oncologists are imagers. We're able to image, and we're able to image in our own clinic and are able to read our own films. And being able to leverage that skill is something that's valuable in the clinical setting. The technologies are all available because there is a gigantic industrial infrastructure out there trying to sell extremely complicated, extremely advanced and sophisticated modalities, which are now available to us in the clinic, not just in the wet lab or our animal study milieu. And finally, there is data, lots of data, both in the preclinical and clinical settings, to support the use and expanded use of rational, molecularly driven imaging. And so this really serves as the focus and message of my talk, is that to incorporate imaging in all components of the developmental pathway of targeted agents with the idea of using it to sensitize tumors for radiation treatment is where I have placed most of the focus of my research.